Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the diagnosis that my daughter got. It's going to be very hard for me because I didn't want to accept the diagnosis in the beginning. I just didn't want to accept it. I'm going to try to get through this video without crying because it was really hard for me in the beginning to hear those words. So without further ado, I'm going to let you guys in and I'm going to open up because I know other parents are facing the same thing that I was. I know other parents are going through the same thing that I'm going through, and I just want them to know that you're not alone and there are other people in similar situations as you are or that you may be going through. So my daughter has been diagnosed with autism. And she has been diagnosed with autism on the severe end of the spectrum. Basically, autism comes from a Greek word, self, meaning the state of being oneself. And I really like where the word originates from because every child with autism is different. And you're not going to meet one child who is like another child who has been diagnosed with autism. So every child is different, and even children without the diagnosis of autism, they're different as well. So ASD or autism spectrum disorder, for me, I like to say that my daughter has been diagnosed with autism, not that Jada is autistic. I like to put her name before the diagnosis because she's not the diagnosis. I don't want her to be labeled as autistic, and that's just my belief. I know a lot of people use the word autistic, but I don't really like the word, so I don't use it. So think about autism spectrum disorder as different levels. There's mild, moderate, and severe. And children with autism will have difficulties with social interactions, repetitive behavior, and also speech and language. For example, a child who has been diagnosed with autism may not wave goodbye. They may not wave bye-bye. Their nonverbal and verbal communication might be very hard for them to express. Autism is becoming more prevalent. In Canada, Autism Ontario, it says that 1 in every 66 Canadian children will be diagnosed with autism. The prevalence, it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And there's no one cause for autism. Studies suggest that it's based upon genetic factors and also non-genetic factors and environmental factors. So without further ado, I'm just going to get right into why I decided to get her tested and leading up to the diagnosis. So basically, I knew that my daughter was speech delayed and I didn't know that she was going to be diagnosed with autism. And on the severe end of the spectrum either. I just thought that it was mild because she didn't do the classic autism, or what I thought autism was. I thought every child with autism hand flaps, and that's not true. So first of all, I knew she was speech delayed, so I took her to a speech pathologist and she got speech lessons there. And they're like, oh, I think she might have autism. And I was so mad and annoyed. And I was just like, what are these people talking about? Why are you even telling me that about my child? Like, are you serious? I know her. I know that she doesn't have autism. They got that into my head already when she was about 2.5 years old. Then I left that alone. I'm like, nope, I'm not getting her tested. I'm like, she doesn't have autism. So I left that alone. And then I was in college and something in me just decided that I'm going to start searching up places to get her tested. Every place I called, it was like over $3,000 just to get a child tested. I was just like, what? And I was in college at the time and I was looking on my benefits and I seen that a psychologist would be covered. Not all, but partly covered. So then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get her tested. And I started to research and I found a doctor who I went to. So that's how the process started. We emailed back and forth. I went to the initial appointment. Oh, well, before that, I just want to let you know that you just don't go to one appointment and then your child gets diagnosed. There's a series of 2 to 3, and it could be even more appointments that you have to go to. So I actually physically went to 2 appointments, and the first appointment was 3 hours. So in the morning of the diagnosis, and I looked my daughter in her eyes and I'm like, Jada, there's nothing wrong with you. And I just hugged her and just embraced her. And when we were in the car, I was just thinking and thinking and thinking. And then when we got there, I just had this feeling in my stomach, and I knew that she would be diagnosed with autism there. but I still didn't even want to believe that. I was like, yo, Jasmine, stop, get that out of your head. But when I was filling out the forms, that's when I for sure knew. And so I was filling out the forms and we were talking. Initially, he talked about, do you think she has autism? And I'm just like, no. And I'm like, her dad doesn't think this either. And her grandmother definitely doesn't think it either. Her great grandmother. Because that's who came with us to the appointment. It was me, her dad, and Jayda'S great grandmother. So everyone kept telling me, no, there's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with her. So we were there filling out the forms. He like basically interviewed each of us on what they think is going on with Jayda. Then we filled out forms, and then he did an observation piece, and there was toys and other objects involved. And that's basically how the initial appointment went. And then we had to come back. I don't know how long I waited, but he was very thorough and fast. And I don't think that this is always this short, but I think I waited about a week. And this is all a fog, by the way. But throughout that whole week, I was just feeling sick. I didn't know what to do. So on the day when we went back to get the results, he told me that she was on the severe end of the spectrum, and I bawled my eyes out, and I felt crippled. I felt like I couldn't do anything, and it was really hard for someone to tell you that your child has been diagnosed on the autism spectrum. I actually just didn't know what to do with myself. It was a lot. I didn't want to speak to anybody. I went in my room and I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried, and I wouldn't stop crying. Even on the way back, I didn't want to speak to anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to eat. And eventually I had to get out of that because I also had a newborn baby, and it was a really tough spot to be in. It was a really hard place to be in. And I know that if you're going through this right now, I know what you're feeling. It's a lot, and especially if you have other children or another child to take care of. Imagine getting that diagnosis, and you also have this other little human being who needs you. Then you have to figure out how to support and help your child so that she can be the best that she can be. And I was pumping like 8 times a day, and I just didn't know what to do. I was really depressed. When I got the news, it was hard, but I'm in a way better space now. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I got this diagnosis for a reason, and it has made me a better person. It has made my family better people in terms of we are more conscious of what we put into our bodies. We're more conscious of how we treat people. We're more conscious of our words, and I'm so grateful for Jayda, and I'm so grateful for everything that she has taught me and is teaching me, because this is a forever thing. Like, she's gonna teach me forever. That's what I mean. My daughter's gonna teach me forever. She's like my teacher. She came here to change my life, and I just want all the parents out there to know it's okay. You got this, and you're strong. Just figure out ways to help support your child, because I figured out a few ways to help support her, and I will be talking about that in my other videos. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the notification bell, please. If you know any other parents who are struggling and were in my shoes, please tag them in this video or show them this video. Just know that in my channel there's going to be a lot of content on what we do daily to support my daughter, and what type of things we eat, what type of cleaning products we use, and there's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff where I'm gonna be taking you guys along with me. I'm gonna be vlogging, so please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye.